New York Knicks.
Definitely.
Not just this game, Stephen A., but they've fallen to 0-6 against the Cavaliers, the Celtics, and the Thunder. Not particularly close matchups here. Are you concerned?
I should be, but
I'm depressed. To America, to the basketball community. New York Knicks got their ass kicked. Very thoroughly, I might add. And what they have shown us, now 0-6 against the likes of Cleveland, OKC, and Boston, is that they are an inferior team to the upper echelon of the NBA. They are good enough to keep it interesting. They are not basketball purgatory anymore. But this is not a team that is going to knock off one of those dudes in order to win a championship. They're still away. You know, think about what the Lakers gave up for Luka, and then you think about what the Knicks gave up for Cap. Look at what the Knicks gave up for Mikal Bridges, 5 first-round picks. Listen, they're a good team, and I'm happy that they're not as god-awful as they used to be. But when I see a butt whipping like I saw tonight, I'm very depressed. 3 hours of my life that I could never get back. It's just a very, very bad, nauseating feeling right now. And to be honest with you, the Knicks made me want to throw up.
I'll go get some Tums or some Pepto,
I shouldn't take such joy in his depression. But you know what? Look, I'm thinking about the Knicks, and that's a concerning stat, right? So this
the
game,
0-6 stat.
Yeah. I mean, the game was concerning if you're a Knicks fan, and you wonder what are we? First, you look at it and say, are we missing any guys? And you say, yeah, we are.
Josh Hart out for this one. Mitchell Robinson out for this one.
But then you go, okay.
Second night of a back-to-back if we're also,
fine. Let's just, but that, to me, that's not enough to overcome a 37-point loss and an 0-6 record.
They were down by 40.
Yeah, it wasn't. So then you go, okay, so what can change between now and a playoff series? Well, you're going to have a couple of those guys you think back, which matters. Does it matter enough? I'd be very concerned. And if you look at that 0-6, you're saying, well, you're worse than the Celtics and Cavs. Certainly, those are your guys who are in your division. Forget about OKC. You won't see them till the finals if you get there. So you're talking about a second round exit again.
Yes.
Which is not what they. And I'm gonna say one last thing. And this, I hate doing this because I had this job. I think that Leon Rose and his crew have done a tremendous job.
They have.
Unbelievable, really unbelievable.
They
Thibodeau too. But they did this Bridges trade. What if they kept their powder dry? Would they have Kevin Durant right now? Would they have Jimmy Butler? And would that be better?
Jimmy Butler would not be better than Karl Anthony Towns for this team. I'm
talking about the Bridges one. Talking about
Bridges one.
Talking
about Bridges being.
Bridges instead of
Well, you
Bridges.
can't. Yeah, I'm not going to knock. I'm
not knocking him.
Well, I know you're not knocking him. I guess what I'm saying, and I know Perk got to get in here. I guess what I'm saying is this. It does have you looking at them and questioning how much they gave up.
Right, that's it.
That's all, because who knows what piece you could have had if you could have finagled a way to give up less, like give up 3 picks instead of 5.
And that might be the only move they've made that I would look at. And that's like batting.
But Leon Rose, and they've done an outstanding. I've been ultra critical in the past. They've done an outstanding job.
Look, everybody relax.
I'm pretty relaxed.
Because of the lack of depth that they have right now, they don't have room for error. They need all their pieces and able to compete with the top dogs, especially with the Celtics and the Cavs. Let's see what they look like in April when they have Josh Hart and Mitchell Robinson.
But they've had Josh Hart for a lot of years, right?
But Mitchell Robinson solves
so he's
a lot.
the guy. Okay.
No. I ain't say he's the guy, but he takes a lot of pressure off of Karl Anthony Towns when he moved back into his natural position. Now let's look on the other side of things. I love what the Cavs did tonight. Although I didn't pick them to win, I love what they did tonight. You know why? Because every time you go against, quote-unquote, one of your competitors or a team that's trying to knock you out of your spot, you're supposed to send a message. And especially at home. You establish an identity and a certain type of vibe in that arena where you make it a dangerous place to step foot in, so that postseason time, because we know they have a great mixture of young guys, then all of a sudden those young guys rise to the occasion. Now you're looking at home court, not only just throughout the Eastern Conference, but throughout the playoffs if they get the best record.
Now you know you're my little big brother and I love you. Okay, my big little brother. You know, I love you, all right? But see, I don't like you right now because this is what you do. And see, I want to let America know what Kendrick Perkins does. Mr. Texan, all right, acting like he a native New Yorker. Beaumont, Texas. Always walking around. Yeah. You always do this. You always walk around like everything's cool. Everybody keep a cool booty. Everybody keep a cool booty. That's what you always say, right? There's nothing to worry about. See, this is a classic example of this. The New York Knicks got romped tonight. They lack depth. They don't have the same level of talent. Bob Myers made a good point once. A miracle happens every once in a while. He made a good point before the show began, talking about the Knicks' horrid defense from three-point range. Dead last in the league. They give up 51% three-point shooting tonight to Cleveland, okay? So you got athletes. You got guys that out-rebounded you. They out-assist you. They shoot three-point shots. And on top of it all, you lack depth. But you saying everybody be cool.
Listen,
everybody be cool. This is what you do. You do this all the time.
This is why I brought up the depth. You saw they played the Cleveland Cavaliers played the Brooklyn Nets the other night, but they both on back-to-backs. No one in the starting lineup played over 30 minutes. Now you go look at the starting lineup. Starting five.
They got 11 dudes.
Let you go.
When you go look at the starting 5 minutes for the New York Knicks against the Chicago Bulls, they win the overtime. I saw a couple 40s and 40 plus. So when you walk into here, of course they're not going to have. I'm not making an excuse for them.
No.
Just saying they need all their horses.
So as I was watching this game, they had a statistic. It was a great statistic. It said the Knicks lead the league in starters' minutes.
Yes.
Okay?
And dead last with bench.
Right. And Cleveland almost bottom of the league in starters' minutes.
Right.
So the question I have is, does Thibodeau even let you have a bench, even if you had one? If he's coaching the Cavs, would he still be burning the guys at that number? I think he might. So you got to develop a bench.
Guess what? If he don't learn and he don't adjust, then he might not be in that seat next year. So he's going to have to.
He's a great
Well,
coach.
I think I know a lot of this is the concerns of the New York Knicks, but the Cleveland Cavaliers inflicted this on New York. They're now 46-10, the best record in the NBA. We started countdown by talking about the respect maybe they have yet to garner around the league.
He wasn't willing to give it to. I've been telling you they got to think they can win.
All right. Gentlemen, let's get to the next game of our doubleheader. Donovan Mitchell on a heater. 17 points in the second quarter, 24 in the half, and the Cavaliers are rolling up 77-50 on the New York Knicks at the break. As we welcome you inside our Los Angeles studio, Kendrick Perkins. It seems that when the New York Knicks, and we'll get to Stephen A. in a second, when they faced the Oklahoma City Thunder, the Celtics, and now the Cavaliers, they struggle, and we see these enormous 4 times they've trailed by 27 points this season at the break, and it's been against those teams.
Yeah, I mean, but look, both of these teams played last night, right? Both coming in off of back-to-backs, and that's when depth come into play. Karl Anthony Towns, Jalen Brunson are both doing their things, but Evan Mobley and Donovan Mitchell, they're doing theirs as well. But the New York Knicks got 4 bench points. The Cleveland Cavaliers got 24 bench points, right? And so that's when you talk about being a title contender and making a deep run, the depth comes into play. And I know they're missing Josh Hart. I know they're missing Mitchell Robinson. But when you're going against the top dogs, you need all your pieces.
Well, this is why we told you we were picking the Cavs and you shouldn't have picked the Knicks tonight. So, I mean, you gave all the reasons why you shouldn't have picked the Knicks to win this game in the first place. Ladies and gentlemen, the Knicks are getting their ass kicked, okay? It's embarrassing. It's embarrassing. I'm not very pleased by this. Now, I picked them to lose this game, but I didn't pick them to get their butts whipped, all right? I didn't anticipate this. Now, listen, Donovan Mitchell is Donovan Mitchell. We get that. Mobley, we see how he's evolved offensively. We see what they do in terms of putting their size on the court. Collectively, they're too big, they're too athletic, they're too long for these New York Knicks, which is why you need the guys like Mitchell Robinson coming back and OG Anunoby, even though he's back, and Josh Hart in there. But right now, they're outmanned, they're outnumbered because you know they ain't got much of a bench, the bottom line. And the New York Knicks are receiving a thorough ass whipping on national television. This is not a good feeling, but it's factual.
Yeah, look, what do you take from this game? A lot of times you can dismiss it, Perk. You said back-to-back. True. I mean, don't get the same use you would get with rest. Knicks are missing Josh Hart. I think he's a huge part of the team. Mitchell Robinson hasn't played all year, and we're counting on him to do a lot this year if the Knicks are going to do anything. But I do think if you're a Knicks fan, like the guy that's a couple seats to my right, I would be concerned. I would. Because I would look at this and say, we have aspirations to compete for a championship. I think we can all say the Knicks believe they can be a contender, but you're looking at the Celtics and the Cavs, and right now, at least, There's a real gap.
The Knicks
There's a real
cannot
gap.
beat the Celtics and the Cavs.
Okay, well, that's tough for a Knicks fan to.
Somebody's got to say it.
For a Knicks
I
fan.
am having a very bad day.